Fulani saboteurs did not work for Abia State this time around. Ta! It gladdened my heart that woman, Otti, I don't know her full name, stood her ground and said, no, I will never betray these people. And he allowed the will of the people to stand. Today, Alex Otti, the executive governor of Abia State, is doing well. I want you people to watch this shocking video of Alex Otti. When I watch it, I feel happy. At the same time, I feel sad. Is this the same state people like Oji Kalo, Theology mess up with over the years? God owns state. They turn into their own state. But today, God have revived the glory of Abia through this Alex Otti. You people will watch the video by yourself and you will be shocked what you are seeing. Can you now compare this man now with this whole Uzodima, who took it upon himself? Record will be created, record will be open after your office. It's just a matter of time. Whether Fulani planted you there, at least where I came from used to make a parable. If they send you message, you should be able to use your brain. Yes. Use your brain. Even if these Fulani men are the one that planted you there. Haba. If truly you are a full Ipob man, Ipob blood running you, why can't you consider that you have children? Don't think maybe you have acquired money, you have stolen money to equip these people. It's a lie. The nearest future is coming. Today, where is Abacha children? Did you hear any of them? None of them is being heard. In one way or the other, God still have a way of raising poor men children. Who know Bola Ahmed Tinubu before? Do you know his father? Today is the president. Goodluck Ebele Jonah, who know his father? Today is the president. Where are all these rich men children there? How I wish these politicians reason all these things. We will have been far better than this. Now tell me, what will hope Uzodima? These people like Charles Soludo, what were they proud of? What would their children say? When my father was a governor, this is what. Rather, you sabotage your people. You condemn your people. In this, our very eye, where Samuel Otom was the governor of Benue State, there was one giant, whether they call it kidnapper and all that he was a terror to the state. Samuel Otom wanted to hold that guy. Hold him because he know that in one way or the other, he's going to still be an instrument. He would have been the one that will be confronting this Boko Haram, this Fulani headmen in Benue now. But you know what? When they hold him, taking him to the government house to meet Otom, these Fulani soldiers, then under Buhari, they kpai the guy. They knew that in nearest future, this guy might be an obstacle to them. They kpai him. This Southeast governor does not have brain. As I keep saying it, time without number, without fear of anybody. If not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Southeast will have been another war zone in Nigeria. In Nigeria today. Because this their targets against the South, their number one target was Igbo land. But it took the intervention of God that prepared, who have sought this day, and prepared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out from Southeast. And when the time came, he rose up. He rose. He stood. That was what is still saving Southeast today. If we are to be for these saboteur governors they have in Southeast that are being planted by this Boko Haram, because over the 100 years after they defeated Danfolio, is it Danfolio they called him? They have already mapped their plan to capture the South, to capture most especially Southeast. They have been training their people to take over Southeast. And you can see after 30 years, after 40 years now, they've succeeded, planted their people to be governors of the Southeast. And they are taking their instruction, you can see it. But if not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what will you have think that will be the situation of Imo State? Situation of Anambra? and the rest states in the southeast. That's why we cannot keep talking about it. Imagine I'm the Kano. It should be released. Well, I urge Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You were not the one that kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. You don't know how the case started. Starting the case afresh was an error. As I keep saying it. Go and arrest Shehu Gumi, which has been deported. The rest of them who are parading themselves as a speaker to these terrorist people, to these Boko Haram, who you people are bidding them. No, it's Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The annoyance now, the only offense Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that he formed ESM. He formed Ipob radio to communicate with his people. Should Mazen Nnamdi Kanu fold his hands and allow this Boko Haram, this Janjaweed, since the governors don't know their primary responsibility, since they are being planted by these people? When you watch this video I'm about to show you, you will know the anger of Buhari towards the Igbos. You will know that Buhari has not forgiven the Igbos since the Biafra war. I wish Buhari came under military against, not democracy. Igbos would have not find it easy. Buhari is ready to wipe away the tribe. You will watch his video and see the anger in him. Say Nigeria will kill during Biafra. How dare you coming up and say you want to form a Biafra? Since after the Biafra war, we are going to say no victor, no vanquish. That the Biafrans will come together, let's form one Nigeria. Tell me, did they allow Igbo man to go close to the contour of power? Igbo man are not good to rule. It's between the Fulani and the Yoruba. In 2023, when many of us look into our eyes, okay, we have seen the best of the Yoruba. We have seen the best of these Fulani Hausa men, the way they have taken their time to destroy the country. Let's try Igbo man. Let's see what they have. We have three ethnic groups for crying out loud. We have Azobia, we have the Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo. We have seen the wars of Hausa Fulani. We have seen the wars of Yoruba. Let's see the wars of Igbo, so that we will now decide whether everybody should go on their peaceful move. But the North, they say we don't know what we are saying. Or in the name of religion, Muslim ticket is what they use against them. Today, they are the same people crying up and down, shouting who will rescue them. Can't you see the hypocrisy in them? I told you people time without number. Obi, if Obi were me, I will fold my hand. You will not even come out to contest. You have done your best. You have tried your best. And people have seen the integrity in you. People have seen in you that you are far better than these people who forced themselves on us. Even the British will not allow you, Peter Obi, to rule this country. Because they knew that the moment an Igbo man become the president of Nigeria, that would be the end of the end of their making this country called Nigeria. And that's why they will never allow Igbo man to come in. What makes you think that the British hand over the power to these Fulani men who don't know their left from their right to rule us? Because they knew that they can manipulate them. You cannot manipulate Igbo man brain. That's why people feel that Igbos are too proud. Igbos are too this. Because they will not allow you to use their brain. The same way British is using the brain of Fulani to destroy Nigeria. Or using the brain of these Yoruba. Some of them that have become leader to destroy this country. Because if I say only Fulani, to be so bad of me, it's not only them. The Yoruba too have ruled this country. They will not. And that's why they have made the agreement with the Fulanis and the Yorubas. More said it. There is copy. Who signed it? Who was it? Who was the middleman? It is the British. That say never again will you people allow Igbo man to rule the country. British are part of people that destroy this country. If you don't know today, no. They intentionally destroy the country so that we become a slave for them forever and ever. What is more than a slave to us now? Many Nigerians, many professors now have relocated to UK. Go to UK, the best doctor in UK are Nigerians. The best professors in UK are Nigerians. The best engineers in UK are Nigerians. They are using us to develop their country. whereas the country is going down on a daily basis. We are no more proud to be called Nigeria again. Our international passport does not have value anymore. Our currency have depleted. They knew all this thing. They orchestrated these things to make us a slave. If our currency should still have value, do you think many people will run out of Nigeria to go to UK? Excuse me. Compare pounds. 10 pounds now is equivalent to 25,000 naira. 10 naira in Nigeria. What can you use 10 naira in Nigeria to buy? Why do you think people are running to UK? Even despite the homologous tax they are using to finish people. But people still go there. People still go there. They know that they are saved. The society is secured. These people are intentionally destroying us as a country so that they quit making us. Which day last year we see a UK military man coming to supply gun in Nigeria. He's the one that came to supply gun in Nigeria. It's for you to know that these people have intentions of destroying the country for their own selfish reason. So that we'll keep being a slave to them forever. And that's why I'm very happy that Abraham Traore now take the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The way he's taking this gospel, in fact, it gladdened my heart. Today, he has pushed France to where France belongs. Can't you see the way Macron is running up and down? France, they are with life support now. France, life support. Because Africa are cutting them on a daily basis. How I wish they allow Ipob man to come and rule this country. British will be putting on life support. We will put them where they belong. But they knew that they can only manipulate the Yorubas and the Hausa Fulani men. That's why they will never allow Ipob man to near to that power. So if you walk up to this extent, you could see that it is not even only this Nigeria here. They are the hatred is from there. They are the one championing the hatred, though. That's why you can see the movement will move for Peter Obi. Peter Obi, not anybody wanted me. Peter Obi win the last election. Do you think it is easy for a man to win Jagaban in Lagos? The Lagos where he has been governor for 8 years, where he has held the state for over 20 years, he has brought different successors as a governor. Somebody from nowhere, from Southeast, come and win that state. Baba, till today, it's still history. It's still shocking. Go to Abuja, go and win Abuja. Win key states in Nigeria. Yet they still deprive him. They say, yes, even if the people is with you, we will use the INEC to turn against you. They use Yakubu to overturn the result. Today, see what we see. Just one call, they will call him from London, from UK. These British people who have taken us as a slave don't allow that election to stand. And that's why you see Baba quickly ran to go and declare result overnight. Midnight, who does that? After collecting billions of naira to form elections. You thought that the election is going to be transmitted. The House of Rep was transmitted. Senate was transmitted. When you go to presidential election, you say there is a glitch. You shut down the server. In my own polling unit, after voting, I said, okay. They came in, they said, oh, no network. We don't have network. I said, okay, is that the case? I own my hotspot. Burn how many datas. Upload this result, guy. Because we deliver our polling unit. We deliver our polling unit live and direct. Not knowing that these people have been giving instruction. That's how they maneuver the result. Today, look at where we find ourselves. Do you know numbers of people that have died in this country? I have a Ghanaian friend who relocated immediately after Buhari declared Buhari. Say it is over for Nigeria. And today, what are we experiencing? Many Nigerians now are even tripping to Ghana to go and look for a greener pasture as we speak. Please watch this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel.
We have multi-party democracy system.
What they show, but it appears as though security force regular basis, and there has been video. I could show you some video that's been posted of a very.
No, thank you.
These are the images the president didn't want to see. They're on the internet and we can't verify exactly what they show, but it appears as though security forces were shooting at unarmed protesters in the southeastern state of Abia. This is footage I can't personally verify, but it looks as though the security forces have gone in very heavy-handedly shooting, and there were reported to be 7 deaths. I'm wondering, how are you planning to deal with this issue of Biafra? You, of course, have first-hand experience.
After a 30-month civil war, at least 2 million Nigerians were killed. And for somebody to wake up, maybe he wasn't born when there was this fighting in Biafra and said he wants Biafra again. We have multi-party democracy system now. Let them organize themselves and vote for to have a state within a state.
They are...
Isn't everyone talking about this? Why is this something that seems to only concern the Igbo people? Why don't we know about this injustice? Because I submit to you, there is no greater injustice right now on this planet than the continued unlawful incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, it's easy to say unlawful, and I'm a lawyer and I often say it. But in this case, we have not one and not two, but 3 separate panels, judicial panels, that have said his arrest, his rendition, and his continued incarceration are absolutely illegal. Not because it's not a good idea, not because we don't like it, not because he's the leader of our people or the leader of people that we favor. The Nigerian courts applying Nigerian law made that determination not once, but twice. You have 2 court judgments. It's so obvious that said he must be released immediately. He must be returned to his place of citizenship, which is Britain, and he must be paid 1 billion naira or 500,000 naira, depending on the court. The United Nations has looked at this case and determined that there are rampant, gross human rights violations, and they demand the immediate release. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents, just as Nelson Mandela represented his people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents over 50% more people, 42 million as opposed to 28 million. So how can we not move mountains, do everything in our power possible as human beings to free Nnamdi Kanu?
Nigeria, but internationally, you have, I think, Imo and Anambra are number 4 and number 6 for GDP in Nigeria, and that was in 2021, which was a very violent year. So even amidst the violence, three of the 5 states in Southeast are in the top 12 for GDP per capita. In Nigeria, 73% said sometimes or always they were treated unfairly by the government. This is last year. This is the highest rate of any ethnic group surveyed in Africa. In their view, they are sometimes or always treated unfairly by the government.
So it's the issue of injustice?
It is a deep grievance, and it's a disconnect from the Nigeria project, as was mentioned earlier. And I mentioned that number just to underscore the underlying grievance that has to be addressed. So amnesty is potentially part of a package, but the disconnect has to be addressed, and the Southeast is a core pillar of the Nigeria project. Comes back to the discussion of its importance. So all of these issues that are being discussed are inherently political. They're being seen through a political lens. For example, infrastructure development. The grievance is you have a very productive region that is exporting not just to Nigeria, but internationally. You have, I think, Imo and Anambra are number 4 and number 6 for GDP in Nigeria. And that was in 2021, which was a very violent year. So even amidst the violence, three of the 5 states in Southeast are in the top 12 for GDP per capita. Yet there's no seaport. The bridges are not good. The roads are not good. So it is a development and infrastructure issue, but it's seen through a political lens as a political grievance. The same with security, which is you have significant deployment of security forces, yet the perception is the DPOs are not from Southeast. Many of the officers are not from Southeast. They are not necessarily well-versed in the local context, and so they're not performing the role of community security in a way that they or other communities would expect. So that's a security issue, yes, but it's also perceived through a political lens, and it's the same with federal appointments and involvement in governance. So these are policy, these are economic issues, but they're seen through a broader political lens that they're not being kind of fairly adjudicated. And I think that's really important to underscore. So amnesty as part of a package may be a solution, but the underlying grievances have to be addressed with an understanding of the political perception, how the infrastructure problems, how the economic problems, how the security issues are perceived politically, and what it means to have more representative involvement in those efforts from a Southeast perspective. Yes, it has to be a multi-stakeholder approach. The sensitive issues have to be addressed, and there needs to be involvement of the key stakeholders as this initiative is doing. That being said, in contexts like this, you might not move everybody over. You might not convince everybody. But where you make a serious effort and where you provide legitimate avenues, you will see a significant reduction in popular grievance that draws down support for extremism and makes it very difficult to operate. So a multi-stakeholder approach doesn't immediately solve all the problems, but it changes the trajectory, and it moves a lot of the public into using or trying to use the legitimate mechanisms again, as opposed to staying on the sidelines or even supporting extremist activity. So it's where